Hey, what's going on everybody, and welcome back to another Ready or Not video. The clip that you just saw was a basic preview or representation of the new SITREP menu that will be included in the next major update for Ready or Not. This new SITREP device was talked about in their AMA that they did months back, and we talked about it in our last video when we're finally getting a preview as to what this looks like, and it looks really cool. It seems pretty self-explanatory just watching this short clip as to what will be included, but if we break it down a little bit, there's a few things you'll notice. Now, we can tell right away that we're already on the map tab just by looking at the bottom left. When you open up the device, it seems like we'll have the immediate view of the map, and on the bottom right from that, we'll be able to see what looks to be buttons for map planning. Now, this is just an assumption. I don't really know what those symbols mean, but I think we can guess that this is just for the function of map planning, which was talked about in the AMA. I would also assume with the map planning that everybody in your team, everybody in the lobby, will also be able to see your map planning. I guess if you're the host, or I would assume maybe everybody can sort of draw on this map to kind of give their ideas or add on to a certain plan. In the clip, they transition to the briefing tab or briefing menu, which sort of just shows exactly what you would see, or very similar to what you'd see in the, I guess, sort of little menu when you select the map through the table. And it kind of just gives you the mission briefing and objectives and things of that nature. And at the very top of that, where the little picture is, you'll see it shows mission briefing and then suspects and media. So maybe in the future, we'll be able to have those accessible for, I guess, like little briefing clips, kind of showing what types of suspects we're going to be dealing with, etc. So that's kind of cool, just seeing what they might add in the future there as well. Furthermore, things that weren't really showed off in the preview, there's one more tab called the roster tab, which, making assumptions here, is that we'll just be able to see our current team that's available in the lobby. I don't know how this is going to work with like a menu mod if you have like more than 5 players, but we'll just have to see. I think that's kind of cool. I wonder if we'll be able to see like the helmet cams through the roster menu as well, instead of having it up in just the top right hand corner when you use your T key to view the helmet cameras. Now, lastly, one thing that I noticed with the SITREP menu device is the top left, there's like a red notification window. I'm not exactly sure what that could be. I'm curious about that. If you have any ideas as to what that could be, that little notification window, I'd love to know. Just let me know down in the comments. This was posted over on their NDA Discord, and they usually don't give much information when they post these types of mini dev updates. They sort of just post the clip, and we kind of just have to look through it and figure things out for ourselves. But it looks really cool, and I'm glad they're sharing this with us, because kind of now we have an idea as to some of the things they're working on, which is awesome. Now, completely moving away from the SITREP menu, and I think that's awesome, and honestly, I would love to see more of that. Hopefully, Void Interactive shares with us some more information on that, because we only got a little bit. I'd love to see what the roster looks like, and, you know, some of the other details, like more in depth with the map planning, so we'll have to see. In other news, Void Interactive have announced a development update which includes a revamp of the dealership level, and here's what they have to say. This is only one of the planned refreshes of classic Ready or Not maps coming down the pipeline to utilize advances in our team's capabilities better, as well as our improved lighting systems. All of the techniques we have learned will be applied to our legacy levels in the coming updates. A noticeable upgrade that should come as a welcome addition to veteran players is the refurbished internal layout of the dealership to make it look less confusing as a whole and flow much better. The improved layout allows the expansions to blend much better with the more familiar architecture, such as the new street access and some of the surrounding buildings. Now, we've got quite a few screenshots here that I'm going to share with you guys, and you'll notice here I'm also going to be putting some side-by-side pictures, especially the first screenshot here. We can kind of see what it looks like now and what it will look like with this revamp. I have to be honest, I kind of really like the way the lighting looks in the current version of the dealership. However, I can see what they're going with making it a little bit more dark. Maybe they want us to utilize our night vision goggles a little bit more, but either way, it looks like they're going to be making some pretty hefty changes with the map overall. I'm a little confused just kind of going through this, is like when they're doing this revamp, it kind of looks like they're going to be taking a lot of stuff away and maybe just adding in new things completely, because I don't really recognize this location at all. It looks completely different, the photo with the taxis, and also I noticed that they're going to be adding some, I guess, exterior entries, but it's kind of hard to see in this screenshot. I went around with the free camera mod and I looked for any locations that sort of kind of was similar to this last screenshot, and I couldn't really see anything in particular, so I guess we'll just have to see. Either way, there's not really much to touch up on this. I think it's cool that they're going to be revamping some of the classic maps, and they've done this before, and I know, like they stated, they're working with new lighting systems and they've increased their capabilities, so it's awesome that they're going to increase the look of their classic maps, but I know a lot of us are curious as to what's going to be added that's completely fresh. We want new maps, we want new locations, and hopefully they can share with us what they're working on as to what's going to be completely new. And I hope they don't get sidetracked with, you know, revamping all of these maps, and it's important in their eyes, and I respect their vision, but hopefully we'll be able to see what else they're going to be giving us in the future with the new maps like Coyote. We talked about it in the other video, the new map Coyote, whenever that'll come out. Hopefully we can get some updates on that. I'm really curious to see what happened to the old fast food map, the test map. They completely took it out, and I think there was one other test map that they removed completely. So I'd love to know exactly what's going on with these maps, and if they're going to be revamping these, and or not revamping, but finishing these and bringing this to us here pretty soon. So hopefully we can cross our fingers, and this new update will be decently large, I would hope, and we get a bunch of new classic revamp maps, as well as maybe a couple new maps and the new SITREP menu. We'll just have to see, but either way, I think that's going to be everything. I'm curious as to what you guys think. Let me know down in the comments. Thank you for sticking to the end of the video, and we'll see you in the next one.